Hello, good morning, boys and girls. This is Unit 5, Structures and Mechanisms. This is the part of the mechanisms. And number 1, we come up with the definition for what a machine is no more than a group of elements that we use to perform a useful task. In this case, here we have an example of a crane. What are the elements that we have in a machine? Basically, what we have is the driver element, and here we have the driven element. Okay, so a mechanism is a different amount of devices that convert or whether convert or transform motion. Okay. Regarding motion, what are the different types of motion? We have what we call linear motion. The speed is measured in meters per second. The rotary motion is the one, and representing the one that is measured in revolutions per minute. And what we call reciprocating motion, that is measured in cycles per second. Okay. And now if you move your book to page 99, we have a diagram representing the different mechanisms classified by its function. We have, if we are talking about how these mechanisms transmit the motion, we have those regarding linear motion and rotary motion. Regarding linear motion, we have what we call levers and pulleys. Okay, and regarding what we call rotary motion, well, we have friction wheels, belt and pulleys, gears, chain and sprocket, and gears. We will cover all this in detail. Okay, the one is the one that we call friction wheels. This is what we call gears. This is the one that a special type of gear that we call the one gear. In Spanish we call it tornillo sin fin, and these are different examples of belt and pulleys. In this case, I want to point out that these two wheels have the same direction. If we use the belt here like this, we reverse the direction of the motion. Okay, and this is the one that we call chain and sprocket. We have talked about transmitting motion. If we talk about converting the motion, okay, we have different types of conversion. In this one, we convert the rotary motion, okay, into linear. So in this one, we convert the rotary motion of the pinion into linear motion in the rack. This element is the rack. And in this one, we also convert the rotary motion, in this case of the screw, into the linear motion of the nut. Okay, good. This is just a classification. This is a very important one, is the one that we call the crank and the slider. Crank and slider. And this one is the one that we call the cam. This one in Spanish we call it biela manivela, and in this one in Spanish we call it leva, la leva. Okay, I stop here with this introduction about page 99.